and we get up stronger, louder, and more resilient than ever before. I'll be fighting every day with my partners on the same side.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So we got to talk about what appears to be the new Let's Go Brandon moment featuring Democrat Governor Kathy Hochul. Now, earlier today, we talked about the Socialist Freak Show rally that happened in New York City featuring Zohran Mamdani, AOC, and Bernie Sanders. Now, Kathy Hochul, who was supposed to be an establishment Democrat, she decided that, hey, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and bend the knee to the far left extremists and rally for Zohran Mamdani. Even though Zohran Mamdani has not promised to actually support Kathy Hochul in her bid for re-election.
A show of hands, who supports Kathy Hochul for re-election?
It's a decision that should be made after this general election.
So no decision.
Let me ask you about the governor, because she'll be campaigning alongside you today. You've been asked if you were ready to endorse her. I know you said you weren't ready yet, but are you really not ready, considering that she's likely facing off a primary challenge, or rather a challenge from the Republican, Elise Stefanik, who has called you a jihadist communist. Are you not ready to endorse the governor yet?
You know, I have appreciated my relationship with the governor. The governor hasn't yet asked me for that endorsement. And what I'm focused on right now is these next 9 days, running through the tape, and then building that relationship with the governor, especially because for a long time, New York City has only known governors who look at Donald Trump as an opportunity for personal gain. And this is a governor who looks at Donald Trump as an obstacle to the public good. And I look forward to what that partnership can deliver, especially given her track record of focusing on affordability and our shared focus on delivering universal child care.
But she's already bending the knee in advance because she's desperate, right? She knows that she's going to get a tough Republican challenge in the general election when she's up for re-election. And again, that's why she's getting in bed with these far left extremists. Now, the problem with this is that Kathy Hochul is not liked by the far left extremists, because when she got on stage, she was greeted by tax the rich chants and heckling and booing. And I want to go ahead and play some clips of what happened, because Kathy Hochul was confronted about this and she gave a pretty odd response to what happened. Take a look.
I can hear you. But here's my friends. You want to see Zohran or not? Listen, I got one plea for you. I love to see this energy and this passion. And for those of you who've not been involved in the voting or even campaigns before, I am so excited about what is going on here. But I need you to do something. All right, one more thing, my friend. This is about this November's election, but take that energy, that passion, and take it into 26 so that we can take back the House of Representatives, take the Senate, and take back our country. With your help, we will. Elect Zohran, we take back America. Thank you, Queens. Thank you, New York. I love you guys.
What he said. Say his name. Or just say it right. Say his name.
Yeah, so you see that, you heard that. Pretty embarrassing, right? Now, here's the thing. Kathy Hochul was confronted on this, right, by a reporter, and she's pretending as if she doesn't know what the reporter was talking about. Like, she didn't know that she was being heckled. She was being booed while she was on stage, even though clearly in that video, she was aware that the audience was not feeling her too much, right? Until Zohran had to come in and save her from the embarrassment. Take a look.
Given the reception you received last night at Zohran's rally, where people were chanting, tax the rich, Are you going to hold the line on raising taxes, even if it means losing an endorsement or getting a primary challenge?
I couldn't hear what they were chanting. I thought they were saying "Let's go Bills." I wasn't sure. I mean, when you're up there, I heard some noise. I heard a lot of cheers, but later on, it became clear to me that I know there's passion for that. I mean, I went in there as the leader of the Democratic Party, whose job it is to unify behind the Democratic nominee. I love the energy out there. I told them that, and I want to do is bottle all that up, use it in a few days, but take that to Long Island and the Hudson Valley and make sure that we can stop the insanity that's happening now while we're in the minority, while we don't have the power, the levers of power in Washington. I want to win back the House through New York, and what I saw in that stadium was refreshing and energizing to know we can harness all that, to be on the same team, and to make sure we can do a lot of great things for the people of this state and indeed the country. So no, it's a great event. I enjoy being there.
So would you change your mind about taxes?
Because of that event?
Because of that and
I'm having a lot of conversations about
him endorsing you.
Well, I didn't ask him for his endorsement. That's the only reason he hasn't. They want to know my timeline. I said, let's get through this election. Let's let the focus be on your race. I have a lot of time to roll out my endorsements, of which there'll be many that I'll be proud of. So that's unrelated to the event. I want to be there as the leader of the party and say, we have a lot of voices in this party. Let's pull it together. Let's win this election and on to 26.
Great, thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.
Yeah, hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Kathy Hochul is claiming that she didn't know. I didn't know what they were saying, right? I had no clue that they were saying tax the rich. I had no clue that they were heckling me, booing me. I had no clue whatsoever. I thought they were saying, let's go Bills, right? Let's go Bills, which again is eerily similar to the viral moment after the NASCAR race where the crowd was chanting, F Joe Biden, and then the reporter pretended as if she didn't know what the crowd was chanting. Take a look.
Thank you to all of our partners. Oh my God, it's just such an unbelievable moment.
Brandon, you also told me, as you can hear the chants from the crowd, let's go, Brandon. Brandon, you told me you were going to kind of hang back those first two stages and just watch and learn. What did you learn that helped you there in those closing laps?
Oh my God, it was learning how each line didn't stay to one. Everything shifted top to bottom so much.
Hilarious, absolutely hilarious, right? So according to that reporter, F Joe Biden, right, it's actually let's go Brandon. And according to Kathy Hochul, tax the rich apparently is let's go Bills, right? Let's go Bills. Wow. The gaslighting never stops. It never stops with these people. Now, again, why didn't she want to answer this question? Why is she pretending like, well, I didn't know what they said? Well, the reason why is because if she actually had to address the tax the rich thing, right, she would have to come out and say whether or not she's in support of taxing the rich, okay? Which, again, probably wouldn't be politically good for her, even though, I mean, New York, they already tax the rich. But, again, socialists believe that the so-called rich should be taxed at 90%, right? This is what they believe, okay? That's what they tell you. You should take all of their wealth. In fact, Zohran Mamdani says that billionaires shouldn't exist, right? Billionaires should not exist. This is what Zohran Mamdani has said, and this is what Kathy Hochul is endorsing, right? She's endorsing a candidate that says billionaires should not exist. So, I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, Kathy Hochul, you're in bed with a socialist, right? This is who you're endorsing. And I honestly think in the long run for her, this is probably going to backfire, right? I hope that it backfires on all of these Democrats. Any Democrat getting in bed, capitulating, bending the knee to these radical socialists deserve not only to be primaried by a socialist and to lose their job, but if they happen to make it to a general election, pandering to these far left lunatics, they deserve to lose general election races, right? And if Kathy Hochul is going to run as a socialist, right, because that's who she's in bed with, she's endorsed socialist, right? If she's going to get in bed with socialists, then New York voters should treat her as a socialist, right? I'm just saying, because when she ran against Lee Zeldin, that race was kind of close, right? It wasn't a race in which she won easily, okay? That was a tough race for her. Next year, against Elise Stefanik or whoever the Republican candidate is probably not going to be an easy race next year either. So her getting in bed with these socialists, again, it could help her, but it also could hurt her. I don't really know because, I mean, New York, hey, they seem to like socialists. But at the state level, we're going to see, right? We're going to see how this works out at the state level. I'm just saying that these Democrats getting in bed with these socialists ultimately is going to backfire because the socialists are going to primary them, right? It's the same thing I said about Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries. That's why it's so pathetic that you have these Democrats bending the knee to these socialists, because the socialists don't care. They're going to primary them anyways. They're going to get rid of them anyways, right? It doesn't matter how much you bend the knee. It doesn't matter how much you grovel, okay? This is why Zohran has not endorsed her for re-election. Because he's not going to make any promises that he probably can't keep, right? If there is a more far-left lunatic that decides to run against Kathy Hochul, which there will be, Zohran Mamdani is probably going to endorse the lunatic, right? The socialists have already built their own coalition of people that they want in office. And Kathy Hochul, I'm sorry to tell you, you're not a part of it. Again, it doesn't matter how much you grovel. Doesn't matter how much you kiss the ring. Doesn't matter how much you bow down. They're going to primary you, okay? They're going to make your life a living hell. And getting in bed with these people is you're only embarrassing yourself. You're only embarrassing. That's what you're doing. And that's what Kathy Hochul is experiencing. She is embarrassing herself because that's how much she wants to stay in power. But what she doesn't understand is that these people that she's getting in bed with, they don't like her. They've already decided that she got to go. So, again, we're going to see how this works out for Hochul. I just find it to be hilarious how tax the rich all of a sudden now is let's go bills. These Democrats are pathetic. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.